And I hope we're live now. And hello, everyone. Hello, citizens of the
Hello.
internet. I guess we'll say that here too.
Yes. Yes, you are live.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn down the volume.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I could hear myself too, and I hated it. I'll just get the link out here. No.
Oh, brilliant! I can also see the chat as well on the TV. That's much better.
Good. Yeah, and I like that I figured out how to separate the display so it captures the game and not my whole screen, so now I don't have to switch between.
That's good. So, I am an expert at this game, so if you need a hand, obviously I'm not going to just tell you the answer right away, but if you need a hand.
Just if I start to get too lost, give me, I guess, a hint.
Yeah. That's the thing, 'cause Logan, he's really sweet, and he when he's showing you a game that he plays, he'll go, oh, it's he'll try and help.
Yeah.
But then to the point where he helps too much, and I'm like, Logan, you can't really tell me what's going on, or it's not going to be any fun.
Yeah. Hello, Kenzie and Raptor. How are you both doing today?
Hi, Kenzie.
I'm here first because I'm better than everyone. Funny opening remark. I can't think of one right now. Fair. Audio seems a bit loud on Gemma's end. How
is it now?
I don't know what to do about that.
I was like, I'll speak further away from my microphone, aka phone.
Good. Had some bacon for lunch. Nice. Yes, and I'm sorry, Gemma, but I had to do the first quote of the stream.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright,
so I'm gonna get the game going. Let me know how the audio is between us and it.
Yeah, it might be good because there is music that plays in the game, so if we're having to talk louder over the music, I think you can turn it down in the options.
Yeah, I tried the options, and all it gave me was subtitles.
Oh. And yes, subtitles.
Yeah, the only option is display subtitles, so I chose yes.
Yeah.
Cam says, oh, that's good.
Yeah, subtitles is good because obviously I've got this very low because you'll end up hearing, it'll be another mind the gap situation, or me singing trapped in the closet situation. That stream I did with Jacob and Matt, possibly. It was when we were doing This Is Why I Hate You, and we had a power cut, and because of that, the stream was still kind of going, but it kept on just going, meeting trapped in the closet. And so because we found that so funny, because when it came back on, everyone was like, oh, there's like a loop like Mind the Gap. We just went, we're just going to end the stream there because it's funnier that way.
Fair.
Yeah.
Alright, so begin your quest. It's gonna be a disaster.
This is gonna be nice because I told my mum and dad that we were doing this.
Mr. Report.
And she was like, ooh, because they love this game.
I don't want your excuses.
Disappeared into the crowds.
Which way was he heading?
Disappeared into the crowds or into the crown?
He has the document.
Perhaps the one that
Danvers.
one of which is
seen
lost.
and heard too much. He knows about the chasm and D-Lab.
Yes, one of which.
He could have seen the experiment.
How?
I will do my best to tune into the stream later.
To those on the outside, yes.
He knows about the D labs. He knows about the Dick labs.
He's one of us.
The Dick labs, yeah.
The Mr. Danvers.
And then with a random wheelchair in the hallway.
Yeah.
He'll be catching the last train.
Which platform, sir?
Sounds like me when I do your
Time.
carpet impression.
No, leave it.
Hey,
I know.
I'm gonna give the guy some
I
credit.
know where he's
The guy who made the game does a lot of the voice acting.
Yeah, and I just want to point out the same thing that I said when Gemma streamed this. What was that, like 2-3 years ago?
It was the beginning of 2020. It was when I broke my ankle.
Yeah, so 3 years ago when Gemma streamed this. I make a lot of jokes about the game, but don't take that to mean that I don't enjoy it. I really do enjoy this game.
Yeah, it's one of my. Like, it's got a lot of flaws. It's like Deadly Premonition, but I love it anyway. I've been playing. I first played this game. Oh my god. 13 years ago. No, 15 years ago! It's 2023! Oh no, 15 years ago.
Hello, Nova Fox. Glad you could join us.
Hello!
And, yeah, we're still waiting on the sequel to the game.
I've been waiting for 15 years.
Okay, now, hey Raptor, if you don't mind, Gemma's face on the lady from Titanic.
It's been 84 years. It has felt like that, because I get told about. I remember he was talking about Black and Rock, like, yeah, around the time that Twitter became like a thing in 2009, and I was so excited, and it's been so long. It's been so long.
Yeah. But didn't he give like a bit of an update last year? Or the year
He did, yeah. I've been in touch with him a few times, because I've chatted to him, and oh no, Caitlin's most the thing that Caitlin's most afraid of. The dragonfly.
Oh yeah, Nova Fox is Anthony, that's right.
Oh, so yeah, just to clarify that, just before I got on the call, I was on the phone to my sister, and she was just chatting away to me, and then all of a sudden she just screamed, and I've never heard her scream like that before, and
Stop.
and then she was like, when she stopped, she was like, oh my god. And my dad had basically put a dead dragonfly that was in his hand that he found in the pool, like right up to her face, and she thought it was still alive, and then about to fly in her face. And my mum, my dad, and myself on the other end of the phone were just laughing our asses off at her because I've never heard her make that noise before.
What a king.
So
Ninja Kenzie.
So my only thing is make sure to just do all of the options.
Yeah, is there one that will, like, you know, sometimes if you choose one option, it's like, okay, that gets rid of the other options.
Sometimes, yeah, but basically, like, if you're in a dialogue tree, just try and go through all of them, and then a bit like before, because you'll just get some really fun dialogue. Okay. So sometimes you might get hints as well.
That's an impressive old train.
That's an impressive old train.
Oh, he says it.
Old, sir. It may be lacking a little polish here and there.
That's an impressive old
train. Let us down yet. The tourists must love it. And your outfit. Outfit, sir? I see. Reenactment or something. You lost me, Mr. Danvers. Was there something else?
Takes his job seriously.
Did you see anybody else
aboard
the train at London? Only you and the young lady.
Like I did at one point want to make like a...
Yeah, that's right. Unless I've been getting it wrong these years.
Film set in this part of the country.
Well, here of course. Sidgemarsh.
That'd be awesome.
Where did she go?
And there he is. As Raptor says, it's Nigel.
Fancy your chances, do ya? I resent
I miss him.
Describe this
Do
as the
you
most
now?
UK game
Well, that's
to ever
interesting.
How many of these conversations are the same guy talking to himself?
Quite a lot.
Have we been here long?
This is a different voice actor, the station master.
Oh, you've just arrived. Bang on time. There's nothing here. What am I supposed to do? Maybe Sir should have thought about that
He does have the
before boarding.
worst inflections.
Usually, out of flood
Nothing
season,
here. What am I supposed to
we would
do? City
continue
person
on,
in the
but
country.
The spring tide flood the fen, meaning said marsh is our last stop. What time does the train leave?
British
No
experience without the
passengers for the
staving.
return journey. What? You can hardly leave me here.
So, in comparison to where I live, this is East Anglia, which is above us. Yes, Cam, you might have seen me play The Last Crown, which was the kind of mini game that they released about 5 years ago, which was a little bit more updated and stuff. It was like a Halloweeny one. That's the one you remember? Because I played that after I played this one.
Raptor says Bort. Raptor, you are a oh, thank you for banning. Yes, I was about to say you are one of the mods, so please barn the Bort.
When
Yeah.
grinding turns like a really... I don't want to
Charging
know.
battery. Charge complete.
Yeah, but yeah, Cam, or you might have just seen Gemma play this for the first time 3 years ago. She's reminded me when her ankle was broken.
Yeah. Typical tanker, you now have no ankle.
Very well, Mr. Danvers.
It's been really hurting recently, so it just feels like it's still broken at times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this way because it's the only option. Oh no, there is another option. Nigel, come back. I can check out these posters, I guess.
A town? The town of Saxton?
Yeah, it gives you sort of an idea where you... It's like, oh, we've missed you.
Broads, okay, so a bunch of women. I guess that one fell flat.
The Broads.
The bear!
Yeah, that's the Norfolk Broads. The bear.
That must be the best ale ever. Actually, knowing my
Indeed.
luck, when, like, it's something that like a name that I like, I end up trying, it's like, oh, it's actually really shit.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. I usually, like, even if the name sounds dreadful, there's a name of a Kentish ale down here called Gads, right? And Cam, you'll understand what I mean, in that Gads is a term in Scotland, or at least in sort of the sort of between sort of Glasgow and surrounding areas of Glasgow, and and things like that. That we say Gads when something's disgusting. So when Jacob was like, "Oh, you better try this ale, it's amazing. It's called Gads," I was just like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "That's really good."
Speaking of terms, and I get to make this joke right now, and I still don't want you to tell the story behind it. I just want to keep everyone wondering. But I get to make this joking reference right now because it's actually relevant to the game. Is Gads like oogles?
Yeah. Oogles.
When the
I have
screen
no
changes,
idea
I
where
keep
this leads.
like panicking, like, oh wait, where's the cursor? It's like, oh yeah, it'll come
Here,
up when I
It
have
leads anywhere at all.
if I have options.
Yeah. At the bottom, like when you go to the bottom, you'll see what's like the bottom of the screen. You'll see your inventory come up.
So
That's not right.
Haddon Industries, D-Lab, Experiments, Case File, Project Darkfall. Excuse me. Report submitted by Mr. Hare. April showers, the chasm ripped open at shadow time. Oh my. Confirming our estimations. Crow operated the energy feed as I observed from the gallery, staring into the chasm revealed forms within the swirling clouds of pure dark energy. Could they be organic, life forms, or just phantom forms that drift within the sea of supernature? I swear that many of the forms seem to take on an almost humanoid shape with arms reaching out, as if hoping to be dragged from the chasm and pulled into our world. If true, I fear that could never be allowed. What terrible effect would such an action have on our world? Mr. Haddon is due to revisit the lab later this afternoon. I can only hope that the forms reappear when we open the chasm. I'll open your chasm. We will know what to do. Our technology needs this research. We are so close to seeing into the world beyond the chasm. What will lie there on the other side? Question. Oogles of noogles. And yes, Raptor, he said it. That's not right.
So to the game Darkfall, which was his first one, which Nigel appears in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. If you just give me 2 seconds, I shall be back in a minute. I just need to put you on mute, and but I'm going to be keeping watching on you.
Okay. I guess this is a photograph of the chasm. And one of the things reaching out. Oh, and I got an achievement. I'm a holistic detective. Yay. Jeez. Ah, there's that mug.
I don't think I'll be returning to work anytime soon. What's this?
Well, that's a phone number, Nigel. That's,
I have no idea where this leads. If it leads anywhere at all.
I guess I'm not supposed to go that way.
This could be my last chance.
Let's hope I'm not completely lost without Gemma.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
I don't know. I was hoping that you could...
Good what, sir?
Where does the path lead?
Saxton, sir. Across the fens.
Why doesn't the train go there?
The floods, Mr. Danvers. I did say. During the spring, the line ends here, at Sedge Marsh.
Can I get to Saxton on foot?
Oh, easily, sir. Follow the path through to Saxton.
Big town, is it? Phone, food, a bed?
Big enough. You'll find all you need. A little treasure it is.
Treasure? Why do you say that?
You'll know soon enough.
Because
I
it's a
see.
nice
Very well.
town,
I'll see for
Nigel.
myself.
That you will. Oh, seeing as you're heading that way,
What?
I found this on the train. The young lady must have dropped it.
Oh boy.
That was clumsy. What can I do?
Well, if you're quick, you'll catch her up in no time.
I'll try my best. So long. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Station master will do.
Oh, goodbye, station master.
Goodbye, Mr. Danvers.
Welcome back.
I see you managed to figure it out.
Yeah, I just have to say, like, I know it's like the graphical limitations of the time, but I'm going to say that's not the case, and that's just how Nigel walks.
Yeah, you can click twice and make him go faster, like if you're going in a direction.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh. It's the liar.
Yes. The really nice person. Do you know our tickets genuinely look like that?
Really?
Our train tickets still look like that.
That's at 2007, so after 16 years.
Still hasn't changed, no.
Oh, there's Caitlin's enemy.
Yes.
On the run. Blast. My curiosity strikes again. Peeking at the Haddon's secrets has cost me my job at the very least. Time to lay low. Find somewhere to hide. Somewhere isolated, lonely, far from home. Explained Haddon. Beg if need be. I need to get hair and crow off my back. Make sure I am not followed. Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
Expecting a tripod to appear off in the distance. Ah, looks like we got some information on the marsh here. No crabs, or whatever that shit is.
You can click again to look for you to get a closer look.
Ah. Azurian Fritillary. What's going on? I'm sorry. Excuse me for a moment. There's something I need to do.
Mm-hmm. Large barriers are very pretty.
Oh, yes. Okay. Got something to send you later, Gemma. The
Thank
Heron. You. The Natterjack Toad. That is an awesome name.
Oh, yes.
The trains, the sea path goes due to erosion, and the path to Saxton. Okay. Seems simple enough.
Nigel Danvers in the case of the disappearing crabs.
I'd play it.
Honestly, I'd play any game with Nigel in it.
Excuse me. Quiet, man!
Yes.
You'll scare him away!
He just makes every game good.
Yes.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, be quiet, man. You'll scare him away.
Scare what away? Speak to me, you
Heron.
bastard.
Excuse me. Quiet, man! You'll scare him away!
Then again, this guy has a pretty angry voice. I don't want to piss him off. Can Nigel find out where the millions of crabs in Alaska disappeared to? I don't know. Okay, Nigel can apparently figure out a lot of things, but can he see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Did I really take a broken side for my inventory?
Yep.
I love it.
That's not right. Part of a rusty sign.
In case someone attacks us and we feel like fighting back by giving them tetanus.
That's not right.
Thought that was code clearing his throat. Like he was in the room just wanted to make his presence known. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
No, yeah, because sometimes like I'm on stream and he's sitting on the other side of the room, or like if I'm accidentally doing a stream or in bed, you'll sometimes just be like, you'll just speak very quietly to me. But he's not here at the moment.
Symbolic
He's
images
still at work.
or ancient graffiti.
Ancient graffiti.
To be honest, if it was ancient graffiti, you know, like, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And I don't think I ever actually said the last time I like how some things are in color.
I like it as well. I think it's very Pleasantville.
I should find the owner of the wallet.
Oh, I thought I was going the right way. And yes, I agree. No, Jack sounds like it's meant to be making fun of actual British slang.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, if you go this way, yeah.
And if I double click, like, I'm not going to be skipping anything other than him walking, am I?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you double click, you're just skipping the walking animation.
Okay.
Amongst the reeds.
Something that looks like it's not honest.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to get ahead of things. It's here for a few minutes now, and I've got to see a cup of tea. What kind of British simulator is this? I don't know if I'd call it a simulation, Kens.
Yeah, that's about right, to be fair. You know, I'm not a big fan of the cup
I'll
of tea.
catch her later.
What's that?
I don't really like milk and tea, and that's sort of the way that the Brits like their tea. And I prefer herbal tea and different types of tea without milk in. So I'm definitely a heathen.
Yeah, I think I've told you before, I like milk and tea occasionally, but like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna just be drinking it straight.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm not big on my favourite type of tea is Assam tea, which is basically Scottish blend. But like to get the taste of Scottish blend, you just really pick up Assam tea, and it'll be the Scottish tea. English breakfast tea is a little bit bland for me, and I prefer Lapsang and a few others. What I have.
Please send me the names of these. I want to try these.
Yes.
It says it's a witch burner.
Yeah, Lapsang Souchong is very. It's like a smoky whiskey. When you drink, it's like drinking. My mother-in-law thinks it smells like coal tar, but it's actually a really nice smell, and it's really warming, especially in the winter if you don't want to drink.
Nice.
And Assam is really, really nice to have just with hot water.
Excellent. I also know that Lapsang, I know the name from an episode of Space. It's the tea that Brian gets special for him and Daisy to drink when she gets back from China.
Oh yes.
That water in the swamp is actually tea. You can't tell because it's monochrome. PG Tip Swamp. The only tea I like milk with is chai.
Chai's alright. I have like a pumpkin chai thing in the house, and it was okay, but it tastes just like it doesn't really taste pumpkin-y. It just kind of tastes like pumpkin inspired, like, you know, kind of it feels like it's like a hint of it. It just doesn't actually taste like it's actually got that. Just like it's like it's been near pumpkin spice.
I like that. I like milky tea. I'll usually add a bit of sugar, but I can do without. Can't do without a bit of milk, though. I see, Cam. Okay.
The natural water in Kent sucks. That's the one thing that I hate about living down here is the tap water genuinely sucks. Like, it's not as bad as, like, West Midlands tap water, but you can't beat Scottish tap water. Like,
Nice.
nothing can. Because, unless, I suppose, like, if you lived in, like, somewhere snowy, but, like, the water here comes from holes in the ground, and it's chalky as hell.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds gross.
Yeah, so obviously boiling the kettle, like when I lived up north, never had to descale my kettle ever. Down here, you look at the bottom of the kettle and it's just like bits of chalk.
Ugh.
Yeah, like I've gotten used to it, but when I moved down here, oh my god, I hated it. But West Midlands tap water tastes like fluoride, and it's because it's very industrial in that part of the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part of a rusty sign.
Yeah, Cam, you Cam, you get it.
Right.
English tap water is so much worse.
Is there any way for me to put the two pieces of sign together?
Not yet.
Damn. Oh wait, there's sign. No, I did not say that incorrectly. I'm naming it. It's a character. This is sign.
Part of a rusty sign.
Yeah.
I need all the pieces, don't I?
Yes, you do. Before you can go in there.
I see that this is a puzzle. An
Yeah, it's a
actual.
very,
Sorry, go ahead.
it's a very hard puzzle. You know, just
Oh, it's my old nemesis, Bean Dan. Bean Danny.
Bean Dan.
Yeah, it's a puzzle, an actual puzzle, unlike Downcoming.
Yes. God, those puzzles in the house were so fucking easy.
Right. My sister's boyfriend was raised in Swansea. He came up to visit us, and he was raving about how good the tap water was. Okay, just another reason why I need to go to Scotland now.
Yeah. It's Danny Bonaduce.
God damn it. Chad's evil clone brother, yes. Sign. Oh, you better hurry it up, Nigel. I'm supposed to be meeting the boys down at the pub later. I got the park rangers
I have no
after
idea
me.
where this leads. I have no idea.
Do you have a license to have that alcohol, Nigel?
Okay, I haven't brought this up in a while, so hopefully, yeah, I can tell the story again and people will be amused by it. Reminds me of like the video when like the whole like you got a license for that thing started. This guy like filming himself fishing in a little river. He's just like la 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 la, and then you just see like bubbles start coming out of the water, and this guy like dressed in full police gear just like comes out of the water and starts walking forward. So he's like, "You there, sir? You got a license for fishing?" No, I don't. Oh.
Oh, it reminds me. There's a comedian that I absolutely loved who was he was a Scottish comedian called Ricky Fulton, and he used to do this show around Hogmanay called Scotch and Rye, like a sketch show, and it's so funny. It's one of my favorite things to watch because it was like I used to have it on VHS, and there's a bit where like he plays like a security guard, and like you know, letting people in, and he's and the joke is like, right, where's your pass, right?
Dangerous.
And then there's like at one point he's like, yeah, you know, the Queen's coming in here, you know, he's and then the Queen, there's like stock footage of the Queen. And then and then it comes up to him at the end, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, the Queen's coming." Like, we're expecting royalty, and then at the end of the sketch, it's like, the Queen comes up to him and then he goes, right, where's your pass?
Nice. It reminds me of, like, the old Muppets Tonight sketch, where Kermit was throwing a big party, and he had Barry doing the security for it, and like anyone who was not on the list, Barry just would not let in. And he's like, "All right, let me see, Bill Clinton, Jay Leno. Nope, sorry, no one's on the list." And then at one point, the Queen shows up, and she's like, "Not even for me, Mr. Barry." Nope, sorry, ma'am, you're not on the list. And she like starts stroking his arm, and he just pauses and goes, "Please don't flirt with me, Your Majesty."
I like that. Yeah. I'm just seeing Bean Danny Sex Bang, Bean Daniel Craig, and that's who it was Dan. Bean Danny DeVito.
So anyway, I started beaning.
Would you like some beans in this trying time? Bean Dan Stevens. There's Bean Daniel Day-Lewis.
What's this?
I found the place where all the teenagers come to drink.
Yeah.
Treasure hunters.
Treasure? Perhaps my time here would be entirely wasted.
Yeah, see, you don't need your job, Nigel. You can go treasure hunting. God, that's so pathetic. Town fens waiting to be found.
There's treasure in those Darfins.
Let's try going out here. Hello, Mike. I've been poisoned by my constituents. Got a touch of the consumption. It's rum beans. They're loaded with booze. God damn it, Dad. Eating your drinks. That's genius. Rum beans. I'm sorry, rum beans. I can't talk to this boy.
No. If you go straight ahead though.
Shush, Kenzie. I want it to be a surprise. Oh, yes. We're saved, everyone.
Hey, here he is! The man himself!
What's up with him?
The dog, the myth, the legend.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I should have said good evening.
It's George!
Yes!
Is that your dog?
Yes.
I know, I thought I would go...
George and I have been companions for many, many years.
I would go top to bottom, but...
A woman's
for
best
George.
friend?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Pork doggo, not the snip kind.
Yes.
What is that? In the
I love how, like,
taste
Nigel's like a bit of a dick.
Dark and
Yeah.
it could
It's like, nobody
always
seems really wants... Nobody wants... He's like, I'm gonna be sarcastic, and nobody just takes him a flip.
could almost be a child's body.
What? We should...
Do not fret, my boy, all will become clear.
Now you know, stop saying such things.
Is Saxton near here?
You are standing on Saxton shore. So yes, you could say you've arrived.
Doggo's
At
scaring off
last.
pirates. Good
Had
boy,
to walk
George.
across the fenland.
Last train
Uh-oh.
never arrives in Saxton.
Why is that?
I've no idea, dear boy. Saxton's an isolated town.
I made a reference without even meaning to.
What did you make a reference to again?
I said, good boy, George.
Oh, good boy, George. Ah.
That also reminds me of the time my mom was supposed to go to a concert with our family friend. Like, they were so close, we would just call them our aunt and uncle, and like their daughters our cousins. And so she called to like find out what exactly they were going to see. She and my aunt. And my uncle answered the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, she's not home yet. She ran out to the shop real quick, but I'll have her give you a call when she gets back." And Mom's like, "Oh, all right, thanks." And I could hear over the phone. He just goes, "Yep, have fun, Boy George." So then, when she called, my mom picked up and she's like, "Karen, Boy George?"
It's like, do you really want to hurt me?
God damn it.
True, Kenzie.
Expected to arrive at Saxton Station.
High tides flood the fens, and no one can enter or leave the town.
How do you cope?
Cope with what?
You know,
You guys,
emergencies and the like.
you had the game
I see.
Nightmare, didn't you?
Oh, we cope.
Board game.
I think so.
Cope very well.
Yes. So
Okay.
over here it was called Atmosphere, but fear is in FEAR, right?
Yeah.
And they made like a, and it's like and it's a really fun game to play. And I had the sort of updated version that had the DVD as opposed to VHS, right? Because this was about it was early 2000s, and Jacob found the actual proper Atmosphere with the VHS and everything in the shops for like £3, and I'm so happy that we own it now.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
because the thing is, looking for that online, it's like £200 because it's a collector's item, and we got it for £3.
Oh, so it was like a few years ago when I was trying to find like Region 1 DVD of Black Books.
Yes.
Luckily, Amazon finally has it for a real price. British
That's
Simulator.
good.
Press and hold X to craft beans on toast.
I'm seeking bed and board.
Beans on toast is
There is most
amazing.
right what you need.
Such a comfort food.
Oh, you mean a hotel?
No, I mean the bear. You can't miss him. He'll be swinging tonight.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Tiffany,
A
I'm
bear?
teasing you. You shall see.
I mean, I like the sound of
I
that.
am a treasure hunter.
Well, and there's
I'm sorry.
I'm seeking my fortune.
Yes, you and the others.
Others? What others?
The Mayday tides bring men to Saxton.
Oh, Cam, that's awesome. I love getting stuff like that. There's a shop in town, there's like a cancer research shop, and everything's £1. And I've managed to get some like really nice shirts for Jacob in there that, like, when I look at the retail, it's like getting it for like getting it 100% off.
And futures.
That's awesome.
I'm Nigel, by the way.
Yes, Mr. Danvers, I'm sure you are.
Am I expected?
Oh, yes.
You could just go, everything's
Time
£1.
now.
Don't care what it is.
Change it all. Time will tell.
Yeah.
May I ask you something else?
Oh, feel free, young man.
Indie Danvers jokes.
Saxton.
Is that your dog?
Yes. George and I have been companions for many, many years.
A woman's best friend?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh god. I just thought of something horrible.
What did you think?
It's like many, many years. You realize dogs only live like 12 to 15 years, right? Like, she's been getting every time George, quote unquote, dies, like, the townsfolk are just like too worried to let her realize it, so they like have backup Georges waiting to replace the old one.
Oh god. Like a George assembly line.
I'll leave you.
Why do you keep reading this
Very
specific kind of
I'll
dog?
see you again.
We have our
See you
reasons.
later.
It's just like this one dog in this tiny little factory.
I got the achievement Chatterbox.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you go through, like, theme is very, very, very. Well, like, oh yeah, if you go through all the options, Chatterbox. There we go.
Yeah. Oh god, I just thought of something horrible. Chad, every day. Yep. This whole bank of George clones under the town. Oh, that would be amazing. George just reincarnates. Yeah, George is actually like a divine being.
Yes, he is. I wonder if you still have your little poems you made.
I was just about to say, I wonder if I should sing the songs that I wrote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had those saved for a long time. 3 years now.
Yeah, do you know this is coming up to the anniversary? Because I streamed this on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, 2020.
Yeah, because you were waiting for Cobe to get home.
Yeah, because he was working at the escape rooms, and he was working late, and because it was different from now that he works at hunting, where he comes home at usual time. Whereas, like, yeah, at that point, I think he was working till 10 most nights. So I was like, well, I'm on my own. It wasn't lockdown yet, but I was stuck indoors for 3 months before lockdown even happened. And I was like, right, I'm going to stream some games. And I think I streamed a bit of Harvester and stopped because of the implication.
Yes, I remember that. Okay,
Yeah.
Should I go to the left or the right first?
Left first.
Okay. Oh, and actually, I just pulled up my songs. Most of them I have to wait because there are some spoilers in the lyrics, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
I think I'll pass on the local delicacy.
Okay, that was actually pretty clever. Chatterjack.
Now I would say go back to the right.
Go left. No, go back to the right. Okay, Gemma's out here being a PI staker.
Yeah, staker.
Gemma, our Game Grumps just finished Harvester. You two don't like Aaron yet because he's a twat. But watching Danny react to all the insanity is 100% worth it. We'll see. Don't beware the dog. Don't beware the doggo of the sea. I get it. Oh, is this a new cave? Get in the hole, Nigel. Just make sure the walls don't get tighter. This isn't Minecraft, right? We're sure this is Saxton.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the caves under the time.
It's too dark to see with my own eyes.
He's like, nope.
Just
At least he's got some friends.
Yeah. Just finds a melon ball or gouges out someone else's eyes. Ah, I can see in the dark with these.
It's like, oh, Dad, your puns get better and better every time. Right, that's all, really.
You made me walk in a circle.
I did.
Now I'm gonna second guess myself if I should ask you for help.
Sorry, there is like a guy that's sometimes painting, so I was wondering if he was there yet.
Oh, okay.
If you go left, there's nothing there.
Okay. And someone is missing their cat watch. I wonder if it meows instead of beeps on the hour.
It's like, it's not just it's not a nice meow. It's that one that like they do first thing in the morning when they're hungry, where they go.
Of course, it's not Minecraft. It's Lancashire Dinky Wiggy Mining Simulacrum. Roger, what are you talking about?
I'll make a note.
Dinky Wiggy.
That's not right.
I love the number. It's just like, oh, 555 6789. I wonder if that. I wonder if that number would even work.
I don't know. Oh, where's Toby? What's we got?
Oh,
We got his friends.
Yeah. Better make sure he's not around. He's totally not in the basement.
Wasn't the joke I had for a while that he's chained at the bottom of your stairs?
Yes. It doesn't work anymore because I'm in that different flat. I'm in a house now.
We got a phone number. Get Rich Evans over here.
I could read the menu.
Grilled sardines, smoked mackerel, cucumber maki rolls. Fuck off.
I like cucumber rolls.
Yeah, if I'm going to an English town, I don't want sushi.
Yeah, that's true.
Roast Northfield. No.
No ducks.
Olcombe, okay, that's Harambe's cousin. Beef Wellington.
Olcombe.
Olcombe.
That's the Olcombe Machiavel.
It's English African fusion cuisine.
I like the dessert. Many desserts. I'm wondering, like, you know, I'd order many desserts.
Yeah. Including puddings, ices, and sorbets. God damn it. Okay, I'm going to read what I thought it said at first. Saxton's Bear is a wonderful place to stay, dine, or visit. Take a room, have a meal, or just poop in for an ale or two. Local food. See, I have the mind of a 12-year-old.
Oh, they're just taking the fishing lingo just a bit too seriously.
Local food is beautifully served, washed down with a Northfield apple juice or a pint of Old Nick's Ale. Old Nick's Ale.
Old Nick's Ale.
No, see, now I'm immediately suspicious of this place because it says it's beautifully served. It doesn't say anything about how good it is.
It's beautifully served. It's like, I'm not incredibly sure about that. You could serve shit beautifully.
Mike says, Olcombe forever.
Olcombe forever.
Sushi, you mean the Queen's lovely Oriental salmon rolls? Shit down to the bars tonight, I reckon. Poop and ale. Sounds like something you should talk to your GP about. Old Tricky Dicky Ale. It is not a crook. British Empire of the Rising Sun.
Let's go down to the Watergates. I recently found out what Watergate salad is, and I genuinely wonder what the Midwest are doing.
Oh yeah. You know what I can't stand?
What?
Waldorf salad.
Oh, Waldorf salad. I remember having to make that once at, like, in home economics. I was like, apple, no, pear, and walnuts?
Yeah, with mayonnaise. For me, anything with mayonnaise is like, fuck off.
Because I've been, you know, like, people have been talking about, like, you know, kind of 50s and 60s cuisine of, like, Minnesota and all that, and I'm like, you put Jello in salad?
Yeah.
What the, like, I'm like, what's up, I'm like, ambrosia, and I'm like, what? What the fuck is, like, a glorified rice?
Yep. Yeah, actually, that was the only thing when you introduced me to, Faulty Towers. The only thing I didn't like about it was learning what Waldorf salad is.
I was like, Waldorf.
Mike says I just found out what Watergate salad is too. These are crimes against food. I enjoy mayo, but you can't call anything containing it a salad, yeah.
Stellar and Waldorf salad.
It heckles you. And yes, Anthony, there's the cat. I tried petting it again, but was only allowed to do it once.
Yeah.
Can I rent a room for a week?
All
So,
our guests
I
are
love
taken.
mustard.
Busy time,
Ketchup's
May.
okay.
So there's nothing you can offer.
Well, there is the cottage on the
Mayonnaise is
harbour,
the best
if that suits
condiment.
you.
Well, I'll take anything you have.
But only when you're like
It's
dipping
clean,
it and
it'll
stuff.
be
I don't want it to be
I'm
like
none
the
too
main
fussed.
focus of a
I'm sure
meal.
it will be fine.
I hope you don't mind the sounds and briny smells.
Is it?
Don't really like
hard?
ranch.
It's right on the harbour, surrounded
We
by
don't really have it
water.
here, to be fair.
Perfect.
I like ranch.
What do I owe you?
I had it
Settle up
in
when you
Florida
leave.
once.
That's if you leave us,
Nice.
Mr. Danvers. Here's the keys and a map of the
But
town.
yeah, I fucking love like the Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce though.
I never had that. I went to Chick-fil-A once in Florida.
Me?
I think it was a
I'm
nice
Morgan,
sandwich.
The landlady of the Bear,
Yeah.
and have been for a few years now. And
Um,
you are?
Nigel. Nigel.
Yeah, the only thing I've never
Yeah,
really
I forgot
tried
to
is
eat.
like Taco Bell. Never had a Taco Bell in my life.
Don't. I mean, it's shit food, but like, it's like, oh, this is so shit, I love it. But
Yeah.
you're gonna be running for the toilet afterwards.
Ah, I see. I don't want to be doing that.
Mike says, I definitely misheard Gemma unless she actually said Bailey's is the best condiment.
Bailey's is a very, very nice drink, but I wouldn't be, I have had Bailey's Irish cream before, which is nice with some desserts.
Nice. I've never had it. Taco Bell is the only place that has Baja Blast. Did you hear that was the sound of Raptor's heart rate too? They sell it in bottles now. Oh, that's cool.
Is May
They've actually opened Taco Bells here
She could say
and
that.
a local event?
and
The Saxton May Day
a
Fair is famous
Wendy's.
from these parts.
Oh.
Been
And-
for quite a week.
I'm like, okay, never had a Wendy's either. And also they're like literally they're too far away from me to genuinely go to, but they're opening up as of March. Tim Hortons just down the road.
Oh, I've never had that.
I've never had a Tim Hortons. I was just like, oh, why are we getting a ton of like Canadian places as well?
Yeah. There's a wings place in Edinburgh that has an item on the menu called the Skywalker, and it's wings with ranch.
Seriously.
That's like, do you mean like instead of like buffalo sauce on the wings, it's ranch on the wings?
I like wings with blue cheese sauce. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh my, covered in ranch. I like ranch, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, I'm not really want to try that. I think my favorite thing that I ever had in the US when I was there, because I went to Texas and I went to Florida, and stopped off over briefly in New Jersey, was I think it's artichoke dip.
Oh yeah.
I really liked that.
Yeah,
that was
is,
really nice.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the items on the menu are uniform. You order the sauce essentially. Okay, that's cool. You must watch the Wendy's training music videos from the 90s before you eat out of Wendy's. I don't make the rules, but I do read them.
Is that the one that has? Is that the video that's like that guy that's like talking to the guy like at the restaurant, like going like how was your day? Like, because that was very funny.
I think so. Square patties, yeah, they have square hamburger patties at Wendy's.
Nice. I had a KFC there.
Oh, how was that?
Actually, all right. I've not had a KFC in a while, so I was like, oh, and Logan really likes KFC, so I was like, well, we'll have that as a Saturday treat. So I had like a Zinger burger. It was called the Trilogy Box Meal, so it came with like a little mini Zinger burger, a mini fillet, and gravy and chips.
From KFC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, ours here, literally, they don't serve burgers, just chicken.
Oh yeah, we get burgers here. I mean, they also have a vegan option.
So, not food.
Yeah, although I have tried the vegan burger when I was pescatarian, and it was okay. Like, you know, it was fine. I've had better non-chicken burgers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken.
The C in KFC stands for cheeseburger.
Kentucky cheeseburger.
I'm sure that exists, sadly.
The other thing is that KFC and McDonald's are quite reasonably priced, right? And I don't really like either of them that much. I used to really love Burger King, right?
Yeah.
The Burger Kings here, at least because I know that in America they're notoriously bad. But the Burger Kings here are usually really nice, but they're fucking expensive.
Oh, that's
like I don't want to be paying £10 for a meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like genuinely just a burger and fries.
Yep. I don't know. I like Burger King here though. I don't know what people are telling you.
I don't know. It's just like they're like, oh my god, I hate Burger King. The fries suck. I'm like, what? McDonald's fries suck.
Yeah.
Burger King fries are really good.
Yes, they are. But, okay, I need to say, in reference to the game, though, like, asking is May a busy time for Saxton? Yes, Nigel, she literally just said that.
Yeah, it's like, did I stutter?
Yeah.
Does the pub have a phone?
Afraid not.
Do your Burger Kings have the croissant witch?
The place.
Is there a payphone in town?
Oh wait,
Yes,
okay.
across the harbour. Also
Wait, I say
on
croissant.
Station Lane.
The croissant witch.
Burger King fries are phenomenal as long as they're fresh out of the restaurant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll catch you later.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. A polite way of saying, I don't want to speak to you again. And Nigel here trying to be
old
hip with the lingo. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, it's like, don't speak to me.
I feel like I'm going somewhere I shouldn't be.
No, you can go this way.
I mean, like, in a real life sense, like, am I supposed to be back here?
Yeah.
Check out this aquarium. This does look like a nice cozy tower. I could poop a couple of ales there. I love that I've already made a running joke for this.
I think I'll pass.
Well, if any of you do come to visit, I can take you to our local pub, which is the one we filmed Gracie in.
Oh, nice. I love that. And Nigel, don't reuse your jokes.
But I'll pass on the local delicacy. Yeah, like the pub doesn't have the most like it doesn't. It's not like It's not like the slug and lettuce or anything like that. It's the Rose of England,
Nice.
which is within like a ton of pubs.
Kenzie, what Burger King are you going to where they don't salt their fries? What are you talking about?
Usually, what I do is like if the Burger King fries, they usually give you salt packets. They're open at Popeyes in Glasgow?
Really?
The key to Harbour Cottage.
So now you can also, like, wait, like, half an hour to get your food.
Yeah. Barhead.
Yeah, wait half an hour to get your food, and also for them to tell you that half the things you ordered are out of stock.
Yeah, I went past a Popeyes, when I went over to Florida and stuff like that, we were on International Drive, and we were, like, driving along, and there's just all these places like Sonic, which I was like, never went to either.
Oh, I love Sonic.
That's unusual. The clock is stuck at 9 o'clock.
Nigel, look at your watch. Is it 9 o'clock right now?
unusual. The clock is stuck at 9 o'clock. You might need to look at your cat watch.
Alright, well then I'm gonna get... If men's toilet is occupied, then I'm gonna poop in the women's toilet.
It's like... Nigel's very progressive.
I will never ever get over the fact that of all the restaurants they could have name dropped in Sonic the Hedgehog movie, they picked Olive Garden and not goddamn Sonic.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually
Speaking of
shocked.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I fucking loved Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That was a brilliant movie.
It was. And like we were saying on the stream the other night, I said to Cobb, I'm pretty sure it is implied that Sonic like loses control in the movie when he goes supersonic. So no, the hero did not just straight up murder the villain.
Yeah, I hope so, because like I'm sure it is, but you know how like things are nowadays. They'll be like, we're gonna put a little spin on it.
Yeah. There's a local place in Colchester called Scotty's that's pretty good. It has Blue Moon ice cream. Oh, nice. Generally had that happen in a Subway delivery order. We ordered and then a call saying, yeah, we have exactly 2 of the items in your order. I asked to cancel and they said no. After an hour and a half of Uber Eats drivers stole our 2 things and I was able to get a full refund. Jesus.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, apparently it's been happening a lot down here as well, like ordering McDonald's and people have just been stealing the orders, and then obviously they've got to like wait like 7 days for a refund.
Yeah.
I've been quite lucky so far. I got a bit confused there. I genuinely thought like it was Cam talking to Raptor when they said Colchester, and I'm like, oh yeah, Colchester is a place that exists in the US. Colchester's not in Essex. It was in Essex as well, but you know.
Raptor's been pulling the wool over our eyes the whole time. He actually lives in Essex. Yeah, but yeah, I don't trust Uber Eats. I don't trust Grubhub. I only use DoorDash because you get like GPS tracking to see where your driver is and what they're doing.
Yeah, I use Just Eat or Deliveroo for that very reason. We don't have Grubhub or DoorDash though.
What are you up to?
What are you up to?
On holiday, actually.
Beans on toast.
Work. I'm a writer, a journalist for the local rag.
I'm guessing not much happens around here.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Am I right? I don't think that much happens around here.
He's starting to sound like Zap Brannigan to me.
He sounds like Zap Brannigan, but also this character from the show The League of Gentlemen.
Yes.
He's like, I don't have no trouble here.
Let's see. Saxton's Law.
It's a foggy night.
He's Zap Brannigan now.
This fog hides many things.
Like treasure?
Another glory seeker.
Not
That's
exactly.
one word for it.
I'm not sure
It's
what
hard, man. It's many things.
Man,
I'll see
this
you
person
around.
really must want their cat
You
watch
will.
back.
Trust me.
I can't check out the seagull eating fish guts.
He's having a nice time.
Yep, I probably should have looked at my map to find out where the place
I
is.
had better not
that I'm
disturb
staying.
anybody.
Well, I am your map.
Oh, okay. You're gonna be like an old-time GPS, like, wait for the last second. Turn now!
Why?
Yes.
And then when I miss it, you'll sound like really annoyed. Make a U-turn.
Make a U-turn.
Boy.
Make an illegal
What are you
U-turn.
doing? Loitering?
I'm staying nearby. Harbour Cottage?
Okay.
This town attracts all sorts of freaks.
Nigel
and
looks,
losers
his
at
skin
this
looks a
time
bit
of year.
dark, maybe, like he's, a little half and half. This guy just called him boy? What is that supposed to mean?
You boy.
What's so special about this time of year?
Oh dear,
You
not to
got
brag,
me
are you?
working.
Had much experience of geology, have you?
Well, not really. I've always thought that...
About archaeology.
Actually, this is more a take on
no.
Scotland as a place.
But I'm willing to
Mike, so Scotland is grayscale most of the time. So when I moved down to Ramsgate, because it's coastal town as well, I was quite surprised at just how bright and colourful it was.
Isn't this what got the joke started, that one of your mutant powers is that you're in color?
Yes, it is one of my mutant powers. Yeah, I'm. That's why I drink Iron Brew. It keeps me in colour. How bright orange it is. But that's the only thing in Scotland that's in colour.
Random Man from Lost Crown is cancelled. Also, just him saying, "Do you know anything about geology?" makes me think of South Park. Did you say you were a scientist? Oh yeah, I'm a geologist. God damn it!
Do you believe this county conceals hidden treasure?
Anthony, this is just the UK.
Whether we find them is another matter. This land is old and steeped in blood and horror. The landscape around us has been witness to the fall of kings and
Because,
death
Kenzie,
in
their clothes are used to the wind.
proportions.
That's how it works.
Time and turmoil.
Take
can
a
see
science
some
class,
items
jeez.
Misplaced.
Also, the guy made the game pretty much on
You
his
know where to look.
Yeah.
and make it for thought.
I'm keen to find the treasure. Where's the best place to start?
Well, that's an easy one. Leave town, walk back across the fens to the station.
Yep, I'm with you so far.
Get on a train and clear off back to London ASAP.
I can't do that, Mr.
Hardacre. Professor Hardacre. Famed archaeologist.
That's how I feel about DFLs.
You've heard of me.
No. My journey was a one-way trip.
Hardacre. Why was her name Oliver? Yeah. Yeah, last night in Bioman did his stream, the creepypasta character was a girl named Oliver.
Oh god.
And just like fucking Bloody Painter, we had someone in the chat try to say, well, Oliver's a unisex name.
It's not.
No. Yeah, exactly. Because if you're a girl, it's Olivia.
Yeah.
This seems a good town in which to disappear.
Logan is
On the
supposed to
run,
be like
are
a
we?
unisex name.
No.
But I'm like, no.
Just laying low for a while.
It's
I
a boy's
making
name.
peace
Like,
with who you're running from.
Yeah, like
And
Blair.
getting back to your own
That's a girl's
little world.
You could be right.
it's
but try.
both.
I'm not going back to London.
Blair. I knew too many Blairs who were men.
Enjoy
in
your
Scotland.
stay.
And as you're talking
Please,
about,
Tom, back me up.
you're talking about Blair, and I can feel the glare,
Yo, yes, the glare is there.
the glare bear. That's what I call the sun now.
Yeah, like at one point I met someone. Well, like one of my co-workers' names. I mean, I'm not sure what it's like in European countries, but like her name is a boy's name with "eta" at the end of it.
Oh. Yeah.
Like it's like there is no so you could have been called Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're talking about the Romanian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver is a unisex name the same way Matthew is unisex.
How big is my daughter, Matthew?
Oh, no. That was the second story, Anthony. Yeah, the second story they read was literally, like, copy-pasted Tiki Toby with some of the names changed.
Anthony, Brexit means Brexit. Okay. Yeah, we are a European country. I was being more sort of Eastern European. One of my mates was called Blair when I was a kid. Thank you! He was a bit of an odd one. Yeah. Most of the Blairs I knew were odd.
The key to Harbour Cottage.
Like, my name is definitely not. I don't think you could have a man called Gemma or the boy named Sue.
This place is a dump.
I'm sorry for laughing.
I guess it'll have to do.
Why won't the door open? I don't know, Nigel. Maybe because you took a classic
around.
key and tried to use it like a card key and swipe it.
Yeah. Nigel, no swipe.
Oh, I forgot just how charming this cottage is.
Oh yes.
Home.
See, at least I would not take off my hat.
For the time being.
Yeah, the thing is, I've got my brother's called Cameron, and my son's uncle is called Cameron. So he's got two Uncle Camerons.
That's not right.
So when I say that, like, so my ex's brother was also called Cameron. So like he's literally like, oh, it's Uncle Cameron. Which one? I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so can I call the number for the cat?
You could try. Rich Evans, that shit.
The phone line is silent. It must be disconnected.
I can imagine it must have been really confusing. For me, when I was at school, the most popular name in my class was James and Lucy. Way too many Lucys. We had like about 5 Lucys.
Damn.
Like, yeah, and I remember most of their last names because that's how they used to differentiate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my class alone, yeah, I had four Lucys, and then there was another Lucy in the other class. Because how our classes worked was that you had, like, in primary school at least, was that because our school was pretty big, we had 2 of the same year classes in primary school. So like you'd have like a primary 1, and then there might be like primary 1, 2, and then there'd be like primary 2, and then primary 2, 3, and all that sort of stuff, all the way up. And I thankfully was never in primary 4, 5, or 6, 7, or anything like that. I always seemed to be in the class where it was like they're just full of the same year.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. It was so annoying because like I felt sorry for the kids in those classes, especially if they were the minority kids. And I mean my minority in that they were like there's maybe only 5 primary 1s and the rest were all primary 2s. I want to make that clear. There was only one, and because of where I lived in Scotland, we only had one brown person in our class.
I had to. Okay, honestly though, like, this painting though, this is like genuinely unsettling to me. Just
it is a very
unsettling thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear like whispering girl voice now.
Yeah.
That one's quite nice.
I was trying to think if we had any weird names, because obviously it's nowadays you're most likely to find weird names in classes, like you know, because Logan's Logan's mostly got normal names, but they're all quite posh in his school because he's at the grammar school. But when he was at primary school, he had there was kids that were called like Harley and Sky and Star and stuff like that. Whereas now he's with people that his friends are like Oliver, Stanley, Lucas, Lewis. Like you know, things and whereas, but yeah, I'm trying to think if we had any weird names in our class at school.
I actually never met another Chad until my 3rd year of college.
Oh yeah. Kenzie, we kind of had, like, it's more of a last name here, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
It's more of a last name, because it's Scottish.
This delightful Harborside College, debatable, will be offered at auction in nearby Rendlesborough?
Yeah.
Rendlesborough on the 7th of November, 1988. Oh, Jesus. Offers over £50,000 are expected.
You know, for 1988, that was expensive, because, like, my dad's first house that he bought in 1989, which was the house that I was born into, he bought that house. It was a 2-bedroomed house in Doonfoot, which is a very sought-after area in Ayrshire. He bought that for 30 grand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, now, like, the first house that I bought, because I did buy a house once, I now exclusively rent. I bought a house, and it was a 3-bedroom house in the middle of fucking nowhere in Ayr, and it was £118,000. Thankfully, I had a 10% mortgage, so all I had to do was give them 18 grand. But I remember having the 18 grand in my bank account and going, it's only going to be in here for half an hour. It's the most money I've ever had in my life.
Okay, yeah, so I found a British inflation calculator. So, going by Lucy's ID, this was 2007. So, in 2007... 50 grand from 88 would be 50 grand.
Yeah?
Wait, show the amount. I'm an idiot. It would be 82,417 and 58 cents.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, but yeah, no, like, when I sold my house for 125,000. Like, it went up in, like, I only had the house for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It was like, it didn't go up by much.
Okay, and today that would be 122,637 and 56 cents.
Yeah, like, that's probably about right, because it's it's a 1-bedroom cottage.
Let's see. Harbor Cottage is now available following the death of the previous owner, Edward Molina, previously Eduardo de Molina, before settling in England from Spain in the 1950s. So the cottage needs substantial modernization and redecoration to meet British standards of rental accommodation if planning to lease or rent. The walls are in excellent condition, given the harborside location. It's like, look at this place, it's filthy, but look at the walls!
Yeah. Local surveyors have often marvelled at the resilience of the cottage, stating, it's if a place looks after itself.
Some walls... again with the walls! Some walls date back to the 17th century. Okay, that is impressive. With the main upper room supported by timbers salvaged from the doomed ships of the Spanish Armada. The building was used as a storage house for boats and goods for over 3 centuries, with basic living accommodation above. Many fishermen from home and abroad will have slept in the upper levels after seeking safe harbor in the town. It's offered as freehold with rights and responsibility to the arm of Saxton Quaif, which fronts the... What?
Quay. Saxton Quay.
Okay, Geary.
I was waiting for it.
Are you sure? Is it Saxton Quay or is it Butterscotch?
It's Quay.
Private ownership was granted to Edward Molina. Am I saying Edward Molina alright for you?
When I take over the US, I'm going to change Key West to Key West.
Do it.
It'll be like, oh no, where is it? What is this quay?
Why would you name a place Quay?
I would do it just to mess with you all.
Edward
Key lime pie. More like
Quay lime
oh no, I need to go get my car quays.
Oh yeah, like Mike says here, it's Saxton Key in Japan. In China, it's Saxton Chi. So is that what Goku calls his power when he moves to the UK? His Saxton Key. Super Saiyan Saxton. Okay. Edward Melina in the mid-50s. When the use of the building was changed from commercial to private dwelling, Melina planned to make the cottage his Saxon home, inviting his wife to join him from southern Spain. Sadly, a tragedy followed, leaving the cottage empty for 3 decades with no family interest or claims to ownership. The cottage has now returned to the Saxton Guild.
Actually, in England, it's called Guild. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you're fucking with me now.
No one has been through there for decades.
Quill, fuck off. Super Saiyan Britannia.
It's actually pronounced Jill.
I like this painting too.
It's very creepy. To be honest, actually, believe it, I actually used the noun Jilled.
What was that sound?
Whenever I got, whenever my neighbour, my old neighbour, my downstairs neighbour used to catch me in the sort of little porch area that we shared, and would talk to me for half an hour. So if someone was trying to call me, and I left my phone upstairs or something like that, and then they're like, oh, you know, why won't you answer your phone? So I got Jilled. And they're like, oh yeah, okay.
Alright, 14th of March 1952. The cottage is ready. I could never have believed this old storehouse could look so charming. The view from the window is truly delightful. Who would have thought such a humble building could offer so much? The carpenters of Saxton have followed my instructions well. Even the door frames have small windmill motifs, which Christina is sure to find charming. I count the minutes until her arrival. Do you wanna...
Yeah, I'll read the next one.
What were you gonna
Christina
say?
Milan. I was gonna say, you know, Gen Z couldn't read that because it's cursive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christina arrived this afternoon. It's wonderful to have her here in Harbour Cottage, at last. Saxton welcomed her, but still she seems unsure of the place. I'll have to introduce her to the others as soon as possible. It is important that she warms to the place, as I intend to stay here for many, many years.
Virginia, what's the amount of beans on this bloke's toast? It's over 9,000!
There is an episode of Taskmaster where they get one of the guys to like count a tin of beans.
Yes, I remember that.
Like, I wonder if you're all wondering how many beans are in a tin of baked beans. Well, Josh Whittaker here is going to show you that.
I know that I fanboy over Johnny Vegas, but I loved the one episode where, like, they were in a raft on wheels and they had to use the oars to like push themselves around the room.
Yes.
At one point he just goes, "This is dehumanizing." It's like, yeah, you know, it's not like you know, the Nazis invading Germany, what they did to the Jews. No, pushing yourself around the room with oars, that's dehumanizing to you.
Yeah.
That's me. This is dehumanizing.
Oh, this is dehumanizing.
That honestly, I felt bad for him at the one point because he was like doing it like a little bit, and he's like, "Oh yes, Joel, you're a fantastic actor. You should be cast in more serious dramas."
Yes.
24th of March, 1952. The locals have taken to her. Oh my. As I hope they would. Jeez! Okay, so he's a swinger.
Yeah.
Celebrated Saxton's newest arrival with drinking, dancing, and singing within the warm paneled rooms of the Bear. Christina wishes to continue her work as soon as possible. This is a wonderful sign. If she can sew, stitch, and weave, then I know she will be content to live here in this old town with me. The woman has to sew. Should she be getting in the kitchen too there?
I know, it's just like, if she can stitch and weave, then I know she'll have place in this tiny town.
She will have a place in this, how you say, a town? Don't act like you don't know the word town!
Yes. March the 28th, 1952. Christina is sick. Something we ate, she said, but I ate the same as she. I have put her to bed and disturb her sleep only to bring water. My work will take me away from town for several days, but can I leave her? A strange face in a strange town. There's a spelling error. It's a strange town.
Yeah.
No, I will have to stay by her side. Her beautiful hair has begun to thin. I have kept this news from her. I can do no good.
Alright, so apparently, Saxton is a strange town.
The other
that
pages
means.
appear to be blank.
Yeah. Can someone look up the word strange? I can't be bothered. Star of the Strange.
So, can I take the diary, or does it just stay there?
It'll stay there, but you can read it at other times. And it might change. Maybe.
I will remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at first I was gonna make a joke about Nigel being Nigel, not bothering to pick up the plate, but just look at the fucking rest of the place.
And it's like, fuck that. Shit, I'm keeping it real.
Why even bother?
Exactly.
Oh god, I don't know if I should say what I just thought of.
What did you think of?
Nigel, like, find some Mexicans to come over here and clean up the place.
I was like, who's like Kelly Osbourne's like, who's gonna clean your toilet, Donald Trump?
There's a
on the fucking View
carved into the wood.
Like, that was the most tone-deaf thing you could say, and like, you are a tone-deaf singer anyway, because I've heard you sing, but at least your dad.
Whoa, Gemma! Someone on The View being tone-deaf? No way. I don't believe you.
To be fair, I've never really watched The View. I've only just, like, I remember when I was staying in Florida for a while, I think I saw it on the telly and I was like, no. Because this would have been about 2009.
Yeah. She's suffering from getting old. Yeah, Edward, for fuck's sake, the same thing's happening to you.
Yeah.
Nice pictures. Oh, and I meant to say, though, like, with the sound right now, the boats even look creepy.
They do look creepy. What sound can you hear at the moment? Because obviously I can't hear.
Like, kind of like whooshing wind and, like, occasional, like, a string instrument being plucked.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is the perfect place to pin the Haddon documents.
Okay.
I'm being intentionally vague.
That's fine. Alright, yeah, and I looked at those earlier, so... Aging over time shock horror. Yeah, unless you're, Mike Watt's uncle, he's getting younger. Bastard.
An empty photo album.
Alright, that's...
I'll rest after I have finished investigating.
What else is there to investigate?
Have a look at the deer on the wall.
I was trying. Yeah, it won't let me.
Huh.
Did I maybe miss something downstairs?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, despite our
Did you go into the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's,
despite our tomfoolery, I am trying to investigate everything.
Cool.
Yes, it's not just Gemma and me. We are visited by our old friend Thomas F. Woolery. What the fuck was that? Gemma, does it just like make a creepy sound when he walks down the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would check like everything that you can put like a microscope, not a microscope, what's the name?
The
Magnifying glass. Yeah. Oh yeah, you check everything that you can, like everything in the places that you're at where you can see like the sign for microscope, magnifying glass.
Okay.
Like on over things, like things on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, these are the same.
Like I would go back downstairs to start, just to check everything on the wall and everything. Sort of, yeah.
Yes, Raptor, Thomas F. Woolery, professional mischief maker. Okay, I'll try the light switch.
And maybe the phone as well?
Yeah, I tried the phone, he said it was disconnected.
Oh, good. So,
Gemma doesn't want Nigel to be able to call for help.
Call for help. And yeah, bathroom.
Okay.
No, a nice bathtub. Basically, you'll know when you start hearing a noise that's unfamiliar.
That's not right.
Yeah, good. That means I can kill him.
No one has been through there for decades.
Okay, I hear like a voice that sounds like it's telling me to stop.
Yeah, I would,
The other
if you hear a noise, it's like a banging.
That's very odd.
I haven't.
The other pages appear to be blank. That's very odd.
Oh, and also, like, there's stuff on the posts that might be of interest as well. Like the posts on the stairs.
Okay. Oh. Just look at the blank
There's
wall.
something about this wall. Something not quite right. There's something about this wall.
If you hear a banging noise, it's just the neighbors, don't worry.
Quite right.
Yes, the wall here is made of wall. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
How thick is wall?
Test
It
with
depends.
Okay, so yeah, I checked the wall. I hadn't done that before.
The phone line is silent. It must be disconnected.
Yeah, check that.
There's a window.
Yeah. And there's like something on the
Into the
posts.
woods. What was that sound?
Okay, there it goes.
You hear it, yeah. There you go.
It's in the walls, it's in the goddamn walls. It's the cat watch!
There's someone in there.
Someone! Nigel's a fucking cat!
That's not right.
Okay.
I don't like the fact he said there's someone in there.
Yeah.
Now try the deer.
Just sounds odd. God, that is an ugly deer. What the fuck? Okay, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Great Northfield stag that looks like it's made of, like, newspaper clippings.
Yeah, it does.
It has a key and it's still wet in
There's someone in there.
Gross.
eye socket.
Yeah.
And why did it make a wet
That's
sound
strange.
when you pulled the
Something
key out?
Yeah.
is trying to get out.
I know. It's kind of nasty, isn't it?
It's really nasty. Great
See, if that was happening to me, I'd be like, I wouldn't just go, oh, there was something that sounded like something in there was trying to get out. I'm like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep in here.
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, try the bed now.
Oh, that face.
Yeah.
Great Northfield stag kind of face only mother could love. Actually, Raptor, no, its mother abandoned it. I'd request a full refund if my taxidermist gave me something that was still wet.
I'm slightly behind, but only by about 5 seconds, which is not too bad.
Yeah. That's a face only a mother could love. Not quite. Who lit the fucking candle?
Yeah.
Night one.
There's a
first
knocking
impressions.
sound.
Yeah. The cottage is a dump. Really depressing. Filthy. Derelict. Okay, someone got him word of the day toilet paper. But
Yes.
beggars can't be choosers. And the place does have, well, it's hard to explain. Alright, it's creepypasta critique time. Nigel, you don't have to write, excuse me, so many ellipses. I think it may be haunted. Hashtag track down the girl from the train, learn what I can from her wallet. Hashtag explore the town after nightfall. Hashtag learn more about the legend of the 3 Anglo-Saxon crowns of Anglia. Hashtag what is the lost crown. Dig out some info on Harbor Cottage. There must be a story or two. Who is that old woman at the beach? How did she know my name? Explain to Haddon. Beg if need. Yeah. I'm sick of
Has
Haddon.
someone been here?
Sounds like something in here is trying to get out. That something isn't me. I'm out there so fast, I leave a dust cloud in the shape of me. Someone be finally you notice as they're looking in your notebook.
Yeah.
An empty photo album.
I think it would have been creepy if he looked at the album and there was suddenly photos in it.
Yeah, it would be quite creepy if that was it. Have a look out the window.
Boat. I hear knocking at the door, so I'm going to check the window. Welcome back, Kenzie.
Hi, Kenzie.
Yes, Nigel, down the stairs. I know with your odd stride, that might be a bit daunting.
Someone been here?
There's something on the table.
Mr. Danvers, I am deeply sorry about the state of the cottage. It's so neglected. No one has stayed for a while. It's practically forgotten. My brother bought the place in the auction back in the 80s with plans to turn it into something special, but after buying the place, well, he kind of fell out with it. He had a bad accident on the stairs. Oh shit. I've had a bit of a cleanup and lit some candles. There's no electricity to the main rooms. Rats have made meals of the cabling long ago. As for the kitchen, it's useless. I've had a word with Uncle Slaughter. Excuse me?
Slaughter can be last name here as well.
Is it the wrestler Sergeant Slaughter?
Yeah, that's it. That's just it. He has his little place in the town.
He retired here. Who owns the Lighthouse Cafe and says you can dine there for free. Oh, that's nice of him. I'm also refunding half the tariff, which you can settle up later in the week. It's a long time since anyone has stayed in this old cottage, so I wish you well. Morgan Mankle?
Yeah, Mankle.
Morgan Mankle, landlady of the Bear. P.S. Give the local competition a go. Leaflet attached. Okay. Didn't get to look at the leaflet.
It'll be in your inventory, I think.
Yeah, there it is.
That's not right.
Also, check the phone before you leave.
That's the Saxton Snappers gun. I like the Saxton Tossers. Yes, Nigel, the phone!
Actually, you know, it says MM, it's actually from Mother's Milk.
Well, it's making a sound.
Yeah, just... You could hear, sort of Morse code.
Yeah. Should I have written that down or something?
No, I can tell you what it is, in a minute. Like, because you'll also see the same code outside.
Okay. Mr. Hammond, the phones are working.
Ventured.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why is there a mannequin?
It's just there. It's like in Condemned.
Okay, not to be ungrateful, but Morgan couldn't have cleaned up the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, the tub's a bit. Oh, never mind. There's the big stain again. I was gonna say that looks a bit cleaner, but no. Yes, I hear you. Seeing if anything else has changed. Good ass.
Whoever's knocking on the door can do it. Yeah.
I see what you did there. Okay, fuck you too.
What happened?
I went outside and no one's there.
Yeah. Well, if you go away from the cottage for a minute.
Oh shit.
You can see something, the light flashing.
Yep.
It's in Morse code. SOS.
Okay. So should I go back in?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna explore the town.
Yeah.
Who is that? Maybe I should follow.
Is that Soft Yard?
Yeah, that's him.
Get it? Instead of Hard Acre?
Yeah, I
God,
got
I am clever.
it. Soft Yard. Professor Soft Yard. You don't want that name as a porn actor.
I'm sure he didn't come through this way.
I know, Nigel, I misclicked, you ass. Oh, that boat was called the Swallow. I wonder if it's African or European.
I get jokes.
I'll lose him if I don't pick up the trail.
What's quite funny, to me at least, is that this is meant to be East Anglia, but this is actually like shot for shot the town of Polperro in Cornwall, which is on the other side of the country.
Huh. That's cool. Where is Anglia?
So Anglia, you know Kent is like we're near London. It's like that. Like if you look at England on a map, we're on that little tail on the southeast coast.
Yeah.
Well, you go up and you're sort of in Essex/London area, and then above that, in the little bit at the side on the east, is East Anglia.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's about 3 hours or so away.
Nice. Oh, he looks like he's about to shit himself. Oh, he's grabbing at his trousers.
Mr. Hardacre,
He's like, oh
you're
shit.
a hard man to follow.
Literally.
I nearly lost you.
Not interested. I brought you here for a reason, and one reason only.
Ah, look, I don't swing that way, Hardacre.
Saxton at your first convenience and never come back.
What? Now look here. You can't order people about. I'm no threat to you.
Can I throw in the water?
Out. I know
No, unfortunately not.
Geology or
just pay attention to what he says. Like, you know, just keep it at the back of your mind.
And danger involved. You know nothing about this town or the land around us.
So, is that a crime?
It takes skill, understanding, and a strong mind to find what's hidden out there in the fens. It's an old land which can be unforgiving to those who blunder in with their eyes closed and their chins wagging.
Danger? What danger?
It's as I thought. You know nothing yet.
Are you threatening me, Mr. Hardacre?
No, you fool. I'm trying to warn you. Take that cottage, Harbour Cottage, that you'll be staying in.
You know nothing
Know
yet.
much about it, do you?
You know I don't. It's a small place, a bit stuffy, but nice enough.
Listen out, tonight. As you're drifting into sleep, listen for the sounds.
Sounds? What sounds? Are you saying the cottage is haunted?
You'll know soon enough. They always do.
An old land?
Some parts of our land have seen great...
Who's they?
Others have seen murder, disease, and disaster.
Makes me think
If you look close enough,
he's still,
you can see the
yapping.
signs.
Yes.
A landscape can seem empty and desolate when the sun sets low and the wind chills the blood. But the land is never empty. It echoes with the voices of those that have gone before, pagan warrior kings, great gods, and fearsome beasts. Keep your eyes and ears open, and you'll know soon enough.
Yeah, how you said who's they, though, made me think of the Robot Chicken Star Wars with Palpatine. Who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
What are the Fens?
An ancient
I haven't seen
world
Robot Chicken
of
in
murky
ages.
waters
Same.
and whispering reeds. They surround us on all sides, trapping us here, so to speak. Take a walk tomorrow morning, out across the shore.
This is just the British version of Innsmouth,
In
pretty
time,
much.
The Fens
Kind of,
will be waiting,
maybe.
like
I don't
those
know.
who dwell
I'm not
there.
telling you.
They are always waiting.
Where is the treasure?
Oh dear, you didn't really think it would be that easy, did you?
And maybe if you just
Things that
stop
are
being an
lost
ass.
are waiting to be found.
Yeah.
But what of those precious items that have been hidden, stashed away, for good reason? Should we go looking for treasures we are not supposed to find?
You are talking nonsense,
So
Mr.
don't
Hardacre.
speak to me in riddles.
Nonsense, is it? Well, we shall see. Watch your back, Danvers. Not everyone in this town is as accommodating as myself. There are those who won't take too kindly to you digging up what should lay buried.
Should we go looking for
That's
treasures
enough
we're not
questions,
supposed to find?
Danvers.
Okay, who
If you
told you I
insist
slept with
on
your sister?
staying, think on what I have said. You're just a lad. Be careful what you go looking for. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Hardacre.
Oh, fuck, my ankle's sore.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
I got the achievement of warning to the curious, and it gave me the logo of a sickle.
Oh, yes.
Not all threatening.
So yeah, I would go back to war. There's nothing really to see over the other side, so I would just go back the way you came.
Yep. That angle looked like you were carrying the anchor. I'm taking this with me.
What's this?
Haddon. Oh shit. One new message. Okay, how do I...
You just click.
Okay. It's been difficult to avoid you around town. I'm not sure how long I can keep up this charade. I'm sure you'll find the culprit, but please be careful. We know nothing about what this person is capable of. Watch your back.
I wonder.
New face arrives in town. Stranger calls himself Danvers. Heard Danvers making Harbor Cottage, or booking Harbor Cottage from Morgan Mankle and the Bear. Danvers entered cottage. Has yet to leave. What's he up to? Danvers looking out of cottage window. Jesus! Look lost, confused, tired. Retired to bed. We'll spy on those by the harbor. Someone must know more. Jeez.
Oh, I wonder what this guy's up to.
And Haddon, that's the name that Nigel keeps saying. Take it! I can't keep the Palm Pilot.
No.
Lame.
Oh, because, like, he'll know it's you who picked it up, probably.
Yeah.
Hello up there.
Oh, good evening to you.
What are you doing?
Fixing this here bunting to the buildings.
Why? Is there a celebration due?
Hello!
Where you been hiding? There's May Day round the corner.
What are you doing?
Saxton's a quiet town.
Oh, if you say so.
Okay, Gemma, I'm gonna wait for you to catch up here.
Oh, yeah.
To a complete stranger, doesn't even ask his name. Could you fix the electricity at Harbor Cottage?
Could you fix the
Yeah, I've got up now.
at Harbour Cottage?
Gone again, is it? Damn wiring.
Is that a no?
Hey, for now. Sorry, lad.
I'll let you get on.
May Day'll come quicker that way.
Alright, and there's the cat. Ain't been dropping no eaves, sir. Honest. So just back to the cottage?
No.
No. Where should I go then?
Will you try the way that you tried to go before?
What, by that boat?
Yeah.
The Swallow.
Yeah, go by him.
She, Gemma, boats are she's.
Oh, I know. I'm being progressive.
Goddamn, don't do that here.
Now to find
I'm sitting here in a bloody Winnie the Pooh onesie.
Time to make amends.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really warm.
Why is the music on so ominous?
Not telling. Hello. Hi, Logan. How are you?
Hey, look,
I'm alright. Doing stream. It's Chad, and we're playing Lost Crown. Cool. I didn't know you were doing stream. That's alright. We're in your bedroom. Yeah. Are you looking for food soon? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be making dinner shortly. People are saying hello. Hello. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
bye, Logan. Still
He said had a nice day. Don't know if you heard him.
You too. I still can't get used to that voice.
Yeah, it's gotten really deep, hasn't it?
Yep.
He's gonna be 13 in 6 months. No, 5 months.
The building is closed.
Can you believe it?
Nope.
Oh, I wanted to go to the antique shop.
You can maybe go into the antique shop later.
Nothing in the station. Just horribly creepy voices.
It's like Cam's like, the last time I remember age being discussed, Logan was 10. What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going into 3rd year in September.
The building is closed.
If you go back, if you go to the left. Oh wait, yeah, no, actually you're going the right way. If you go up towards the right.
Nice.
and if you want to go toward the coastal path.
You could be fine.
Yeah.
You know.
Excuse me?
Pasting posters, fly posters. It's illegal, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I'm not shitting you,
What?
Columbus,
Are you
truly.
lost?
Actually, I have something of yours.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Your
Where's your license for putting up posters?
Oh, thanks. I didn't mean to snap.
So, what's the poster for?
Take a look.
Time to lay on the old Nigel charm.
Reuben's Fair.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Are the freaks coming to town?
You could say that.
I'm Nigel, by the way. Nigel Danvers.
I'm Lucy. Lucy Rubens.
I see. Part of the fair?
Yep, I'm one of the freaks.
Can't help but notice you
I
have
didn't
ghost
mean to
hunting in
offend
the
you.
tags for the street.
Too late.
But the famed hungry, confused, higher, lower realm, etc. chart has yet to appear. Nigel hasn't got the ghost hunting gear out yet.
I saw you. Out in the reed beds.
You mean the fens?
Fens. What's the origin?
It's Anglo-Saxon for a swamp, or marsh, or bog, quagmire.
Is it very smooth?
So
Yeah.
do you too?
Oh, a comedian.
Nigel Ladies Man. That's his middle name.
Are you local?
I was, but I only returned for the holidays.
You must know the surrounding area.
Are you local?
Not really.
This is a local shop for local people.
I have my studies.
What are you studying?
Psychology.
Really? So what do you make of me?
You are desperate, insecure, and seeking phantom treasures.
How did you know that? Pretty obvious, is it?
Uh-huh.
I'll leave you to, paste your posters.
See you around, sunshine.
What's this?
Don't you call me sunshine.
I don't know, Nigel. What is it? Let's see it. Seek the truth, find the answer. Alex Spitmore. Oh, God. It's with the media.
Yeah.
Should I be calling him?
No. I would see if you've got any other phone numbers you can call.
A phone number for Cat Watch.
Makes me very nervous that we're seeing the phone from the outside now.
Yeah.
Please help us. Someone is taking our beloved pets. We are desperate for information. Please leave your name and number.
Alex Spitmore would be a foreign name as well.
The person responsible for the missing Saxton cats is...
Lucy Rubens. Should I actually say anyone?
Say George.
Station Master.
Thank you, kind soul.
I've just accused the station master. Or I'm sorry, just station master. I forgot that's his name.
Yeah. Have a look for any other numbers, though.
Okay.
That's not right.
Okay.
That's not right. That's not right.
But no other numbers.
Try pass.
Oh my.
That's not right. I don't think I'll be returning to work anytime soon.
You gotta put it on the numbers.
Okay.
To speak to Haddon.
And why would
Someone tell SpongeBob to get the fuck out of bed already.
speak to you?
I have something to say. To make
George,
a
I would have
deal.
gone away with it too
My
if it weren't
dear
for you
Mr.
meddling
Danvers.
wanker.
What did you possibly offer?
Haddon,
Speaking? Is there something you want to say?
leave me alone. I didn't see anything. So call off your dogs.
Mr. Hare and Mr. Crow have your welfare in mind, Nigel.
Well, they won't find me. I've left the city.
Yes. How are you finding Saxton so far? That phone box looks a little, old-fashioned.
What? How did you... Are you still spying on me?
Oh, no.
Mr. Haddon knows.
That's a little rich, coming from you.
I didn't intend to hack your files.
Like you didn't intend to print off your copy.
What is that stuff, anyway?
The future, dear boy. And the past. We have the technology, as you know.
What do you want from me, Mr. Haddon?
Nothing and everything. A few little tasks.
Involving the paranormal. I'm not a lab rat, Haddon.
That's
Sorry, I'm kind of eating, so if I don't talk for a minute, that's what I'm doing.
No
Help
worries.
us with
What
our
you got?
research. You won't go unrewarded.
A cup of pasta.
Nice.
Where are Hare and Crow?
They've lost your scent, Nigel. You need not worry.
Tell me about the research.
Ah, I knew you'd show an interest. You can help us, Nigel.
I'm not a scientist, Haddon.
So Hare and Crow are just dogs.
Paranormal research.
Like real
can
dogs,
require
like real
very
dogs.
little
He calls Mr. Hare and Mr. Crow.
I have nothing except the clothes that I stand in.
Scrying.
I beg your pardon.
Scrying.
It is a mugshot cam, yes.
You only need water and a mirror.
What do I do? Is it dangerous?
It can be. Pour the water down the mirror and watch. And wait. You may be surprised by the
I remember
results.
that.
We often are.
We? You practice this scrying in the lab?
Yes, with amazing results. Just believe. And look
Sounds a bit
deeply.
rude. Oh, he's been scrying in the lab.
Of old. Great ingenuity.
Nigel, what do you mean you're not a ghost hunter?
How do you know where I am?
Don't be silly.
I know everything about you, Nigel.
How comforting. What happens next?
Await my gift. It was dispatched this afternoon.
How did you know where,
Where you'd stay? Like
Yeah, that's what I love about them too, Cam.
You know everything.
Like,
What's
I've
the
got my
gift?
one that
You
is
will
like
see.
3 cheese one, or
Not
the...
all is as it seems.
Yes, one that's like the different, like the green and white coloured pastas.
These experiments.
What kind
Am
you
I in
having
any
now?
danger?
Would you like me
That's what I'm having. It's pasta,
No,
creamy
but,
cheese.
I've always
Nice.
suspected that.
Yeah.
Life should be more interesting, more exciting.
I hate my job. I'd do anything to get away.
This could be your big break, Nigel.
Your
I
big
see
break,
you as,
Nigel.
how can I put this? A little bit of an investment.
So, I'm forgiven for snooping.
Snooping as usual, I
And
see.
ingenuity should be rewarded.
Good night, Mr. Haddon.
Good night, Mr. Danvers. Good hunting.
Oh shit. pawn in Haddon's game. So, Haddon sees me as an investment, part of a larger experiment, so be it. He wants me to experiment using the paranormal techniques of ages past. Also, that fussy Professor Hardick who suggested the cottage is haunted. Good place to start my experiments. Scrying, pour water down a mirror and gaze deeply into the diffused reflections. Conduct a simple seance to see if there's anyone or anything trying to come through. Explore the cottage with an open mind. Does the place have any cold spots, atmospherics? Who is that old woman on the beach? How does she know my name? Was I expected here?
You are always the caretaker.
Yeah.
You can try calling him if you want. Like,
Alex Spitler is busy right now. Please leave a message.
Alright.
The building is closed.
so that's where you get your food.
What's that?
Like the Lighthouse Cafe. You go in there and get your food, but in the during the day, come past here.
Yeah. Oh, I know where this is. This is where watering happens.
I had better not disturb anybody.
George, I hear you, buddy.
The building is closed.
So you went to bed at 6 o'clock in the like at night, like 4 to 7 at night, like you know, God knows what time it is right now.
Yeah. Friends the evening, the ever-living fuck out of her plants. Yeah.
It's like that bit from Red Super, where from when they play Dark Sea 2, and the guy's just like, "Hi, I'm Sprinkler."
What are you talking about?
You've not watched Red Super?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. They don't do it anymore, but it was like they used to make fun of like a ton of YouTube channels and stuff. But they also played a bunch of shit games like on Newgrounds and stuff. There's this game called Dark Sea 2. Oh my god, their playthrough of it is fucking hilarious.
Nice, I'll check that out.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is called Retsupre, which is which you would pronounce Retsupre, like let's play.
Retsupre, sushi. A sun chop. Yeah, Cam pointed out if we went to bed at 7:15, it'd be 3:15 in the morning right now.
Yeah.
Nigel trying to bother all these people.
Bathroom time.
Oh, did Mankel actually clean up the broken plate? Alright, starting to like her. Do not bother Saxton residents at 3 a.m. Gone wrong, gone supernatural. Wait, where the fuck am I going? What am I doing?
Yeah. Bathroom time.
I don't know why I thought the bathroom was upstairs.
Because it normally is, I suppose.
ventured.
I wonder if he says that every time he goes into a bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Nigel, we get it. That's your one joke.
Is there anybody there?
Kinda hot.
Can you see me? What's your name? Can I help you in some way?
Her eyes a little bit, was a little
Is
bit
there
skew,
something you want to tell me? Am I in danger? Can you hear me?
Must be a huge water bottle.
Yeah.
Nothing. The event seems to have passed.
I'm annoyed now. It's like about 10 seconds that I'm behind you now, which is really annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
Mirror, mirror.
It was only about 5.
Raptor says, Nigel at Taco Bell. Nothing veg. Oh! Alright.
Also, yeah, so like, I don't know where you are at the moment, so you're still in the bathroom for me.
Yeah.
But like, go into the hall, into the lounge, and have a look at the teacup.
I know, Gemma, it's like 3 in the morning, and the caffeine isn't the best thing for Nigel right now.
Yeah, but...
Is there anybody there? Am I alone in this place?
What are you currently doing?
I asked the teacup, am I alone in this place?
Oh, okay. That actually worked, Cam, thank you. Or was it Mike? I can't remember.
What's that?
That was, I'm at the bit now where, like, I can just see the teacup and, it says, show me you are here, are you trapped in this place, and can I help you in some way?
Yeah.
Show me you are here.
Show me you are here. Alright, here we go. This is my chance to contact the living. Cup spin! Just picture this ghost like putting his or her like hands behind her head. Ah, yeah.
Are you trapped in this place?
It's actually pretty good now. It's pretty, like, I think I'm maybe only a couple of seconds delay, which is nice.
Nice.
Can I help you in some way?
I see what you mean. Cam saying go audio only, then back to viewing.
So it was definitely not my. It was definitely my suggestion. Still, Cam, still believe him if he says otherwise.
What's your name?
Oh, it's dancing.
Is there something?
It's like the slime from Ghostbusters 2.
This is just Dan Aykroyd fucking with Nigel.
Seems to have passed for now.
The love is lifting me higher.
Honestly, I would think this was like a really nice cottage if, like, right here where this sconce is, like if there was another room over that way.
Oh yeah, go check the wall again.
Oh yeah.
There's something about this wall. Ugh, the air smells rank, like rotten flesh.
Wonder what that could be about.
Yeah. Flesh in the walls.
Wonder what happened to, what was her name? Edward's wife, Christine.
Yeah. Like the cask of Amontillado. Oh, try the phone, by the way.
Oh no, just more flesh in the wall. Goddamn, Mike. I hear more Morse code.
Is there anybody there? Said the traveller, knocking on the moonlit door, and his horse in the silence champed the grasses of the forest's ferny floor, and a bird flew up out of the turret above the traveller's head, and he smote upon the door again a second time. Is there anybody there? He said.
The fact the phone is switched in is quite unsettling.
Yeah.
Also, if you go back into the bathroom, I think I remember, and check the tub, I would just have a wee look, just out of curiosity.
Nothing ventured.
No, no reason whatsoever.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Why is there hair?
Yeah.
I don't know, I get it though, her beautiful hair is thinning. Oh, Christ.
And now probably it's time to go to bed, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's probably like almost 4 AM at this point.
Yeah, all the ghost stuff over with now.
Yeah, go to sleep with that deer hanging over you.
Yeah, totally. It's not gonna fall off or anything.
Totally not staring at you. Did your ghost chores, now it's time for bed.
Yep. I'm probably gonna have to head off around about past.
Oh, right.
Just so I can do food and stuff. I know why this is here. Because we're frightened of communism, that's why.
Rightfully so. See, they want you to think these guys are like creepy pagan spellcasters. No, they're just communists.
Especially the guy on the left.
Yes. I mean, that's why they look so sickly and emaciated.
Another bright
Sickly,
day.
I see what you did there.
Another day in Saxton, at least.
Sickle. Sickly. I get it.
For that.
I get joke.
A new face in an old town. I survived the night, but what of those dreams? But what those dreams? What is this place? A room?
Get a phone call, sorry.
What's that?
Get a phone call. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright. What is this place? A roof? Nightmares or test of patience? A nightmare room? Is it a real place or somewhere imagined? It's time to delve deeper. Into Saxton and its secrets. Track that old woman down from the beach. She knows more than she's saying. Await Haddon's gift. Study it, then try it out. Get to know the locals, especially that snotty Rubens girl. Try to gain access to some local knowledge. Library, museum, folklore. Find a definite local link to that last Anglo-Saxon crown. Originally, there were 3 who owned Harbor Cottage before the Mankles. Why would they haunt the place? Why indeed? Righty ho ho. Oh. Has there been a delivery?
What's this?
I pointed it out first, Nigel. Saxton Times, missing cats, latest. Situation worsens as 3 further felines disappear. 3 more beloved pets have vanished from Saxton as the owners fear they may be the latest victims of the so-called catnappers. Wow. I'll bet someone got a pay raise for coming up with that name. Alright, these people are kidnapping these cats. What do we call them? How about the catnappers? Yeah, okay, Ephraim. Fishing fleet still grounded. Local fishermen despair as lobster potting is banned for another week. The disturbance of the local Finland cemetery has resulted in bodies floating into the waterways around Saxton. Corpses, some of which are over 200 years old, can pollute the water for many months if left to decompose further. That's disgusting. With blood on your hands, you will come to me, giggity. With pain in heart, you will set them free. Mannequin's gone. And so is the hair. Feline pilferers.
The other pages appear to be blank. That's very odd. There's something about this wall. Something not quite right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
What I was expecting. Might as well head out. Smacks wallpapers, that's not right.
There's someone out there. There's someone out there.
Soup of the day, broccoli and some kind of cheese. There's that old bitch, watering poor George.
Hello again, and hello, George.
Aha, we meet again, Mr. Danvers.
Is there somewhere I can learn about the town?
Oh yes, indeed. The museum should satisfy your curiosity.
A museum? Where is it?
Right there. That's the outer wall. You'll find the entrance at the top of this path.
Excellent. I'll be sure to pop in.
Professor Oogle is away this morning.
Oogle?
Yes, the curator and a dear friend.
Oh no.
I see. When will the museum open?
I'll pop back this afternoon.
I see a fair is arriving in town.
Yes, it's a yearly event for May Day. Do you like fairgrounds?
No, not really. They tend to be loud, garish, and full of crims.
Oh, what a thing to say. Keep an open mind. You may like Reuben's Fair.
Can you suggest some places to visit?
Indeed I can.
To visit.
Any antique shops, bookshops, craft shops?
There is an antique shop, but I tend to avoid the place.
Why is that?
It's unpleasant, I avoid it. So I suggest you do the same.
Okay, what about local crafts?
Say hello to Bob. Bob Tawney, he has a workshop on Station Lane. You'll like Bob. He's a kind and helpful soul. He's a true Saxton soul.
What do you mean?
His destiny lies here, in the town, like mine.
You've been here a long time?
We are here forever, as it always has been.
Nigel never really recovered after seeing the original Cut of Freaks. Fair.
Is the lighthouse good for food?
Oh yes, organic local produce only.
Great! I thought food outside London was horrible.
Not here, Nigel, not in Saxton.
What about archaeology?
The museum is your best bet. Come back this afternoon.
I'd love to learn more about the town's ghosts.
Would you now? That's very interesting.
Why, do you think it's silly?
Not at all. Just be careful who you seek.
What do you mean?
Not all of Saxton's dead were pleasant souls in life. So, don't expect pleasant souls in death.
I'll keep that in mind.
Pop back later for tea, I'll have something for you.
May I ask about something else?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
What's your name?
Can you take a look at this item?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
A spring roll. A cryptic letter.
Oh dear God. Whoever would do such a thing?
May I ask about something else?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
I'll let you get on with your gardening.
See you soon, my dear.
Bye-bye, George.
A spring roll.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
A spring roll.
Yeah, so that was just Cobe. He's on his way home, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was watching what you were doing though.
Am I doing anything wrong?
No, not so far.
What am I supposed to do with the spring roll?
You eat it.
How revolting! Achoo!
Bless you.
Seriously though, is the spring roll used for anything anything specific?
No.
I just have it in my inventory now.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's like, Nigel, you're supposed to eat! I know you're an odd fellow.
We have like a place around the corner that's like a pool hall called Odd Fellows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah. Broccoli and Stilton cheese. Yum.
Oh, hello.
What is Stilton cheese?
Blue cheese.
How's the story going?
Broccoli and Stilton soup is so
Your
nice.
story for the local
Sounds like
newspaper?
Oh, that. Yeah, it's fine. Plenty to write up.
It is
Good.
Singular
Well,
spring roll.
that's good. It's Alex, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Alex Spitmore.
Yes, what of it?
Strange name. What's the origin?
No idea. Buzz off, will you?
Anything?
Run along and play.
I'll see you around.
You will. Trust me.
What's up, boy?
Alright, lady said to go talk to Bob.
Oh, you can give the spring roll to Kieran.
Who the fuck is Kieran?
Have a look in the closest one to you.
In the what?
The closest door to you. If you go back out.
I was about to visit Bob. He's your uncle.
Oh yes.
Da 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 da.
Ah!
Oh, piggy! Kieran. Oh, he definitely gets the spring. What the fuck is this?
A piece of bread. That's not right. That's not right. Kieran, eh? I guess you'll be wanting my love.
Oh, you got a piece of bread as well.
Yeah.
If you put it on the thing. See where it has the little
Kieran,
forks?
Eh?
There.
Guess you'll be wanting my lunch.
Yep, I already gave him the spring roll. I'm gonna give him the bread too.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's
Yes, it is, Nigel.
not right.
Oh, so I had to do it from this screen.
Kieran, Eh? I guess you'll be wanting my lunch.
It's a pretty well sandwich. Oh, God. See, now I have the theory that Nigel is a ghost, because you never see him eat anything. He had water, but he used that for scrying.
Kieran has a role to play later on.
Hello again.
Kieran is...
Hello, lad.
Kieran,
What can I do for you?
Kieran working, he's a hungrier character than we've had before.
Nanny Noah sent me.
Did she now? Why would that be?
I'm trying to learn about local crafts and folklore.
I'm a bit busy right now,
You
but
good?
I'll get into the bear.
Yeah, just
Okay, I'll see you in the
stretching.
Yeah.
This workshop is old-fashioned.
Is that a good or a bad thing, do you say?
I don't know. Does all this stuff work?
Work? Of course it works. If you've got something needs fixing, bring it up here, and old Tony will fix it for you.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Tawney. Have you known Nanny Noah long?
All my life, lad, and that's a long time.
She seems to think highly of you.
I think highly of her too.
Oh, I see. Do I sense romance?
Oh, if only, lad. But I've never, well, asked her hand, if you know what I mean.
Has she never married?
She had a bit of bad fortune.
Also, have they shot down that bloody
years
spying
ago.
balloon yet?
Any children?
There was.
I have not
but
heard.
now. The sea provides.
Because that should have been done, like,
It can
within
also
seconds of seeing it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's the way of all things, lad.
But, you know, things in this country right now are kind of, oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Shit.
Retarded, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, shit,
Can you
is
tell me
very appropriate.
about the Anglo-Saxon treasure?
Oh, you're after the treasure, are you? Can't help you there.
I thought everyone in Saxton would know about it.
Like says about
I
half
didn't
an hour
say I
ago.
didn't know anything.
I see.
Oh, good.
No offence, lad.
But it shouldn't have taken 24
I'll leave
hours.
you to your work.
Yeah.
See you again, lad.
Alright, well that was cool. I think they're trying to recover it from the ocean. What have you
Oh,
tried?
good.
Just fucking do it!
Yeah.
Alright, Can I talk to this guy with the metal detector yet?
Which guy?
Someone out there.
No. Also, that is the harbor, so he's definitely a ghost of some sort.
Yep. Well, now that it's open, I can't go in.
Not till later.
Huh. Want to get the creepiness over with.
I'd go to the bear. Personally.
I want to do that every day of my life.
Yeah.
Hello again.
What can I get you?
Harbour Cottage is a spooky place.
Spooky?
Go
What
there.
do you mean?
Couple of nails, wait for the
Perhaps.
all to
I've
blow.
heard and seen strange things.
Noises? It's probably just the harbour. Don't let it worry you.
Oh, I'm not worried. It's rather exciting, actually. The May high tides must be good for business.
Yes, you could say that. We Saxtonians look forward to this time.
Yes, time. Just out of interest.
Yes, Mr. Danvers?
What
I
year
guess you
is
could do that.
What
Saxton.
year? Ha! What a question.
And one you won't answer?
And why should I?
Professor Hardacre told me to leave Saxton.
All bluster and hot air, Nigel.
Nigel Danvers is like
Harmless.
channeling
He's mad.
Agent Cooper.
Is he mad?
What year is this?
Just a bit, how can I put this? Eccentric.
Okay, well...
Although honestly,
I'll
when
try
I
and
hear that, I
stay
still
out
think
his
of
way.
Robin Williams and Jumanji.
What year is it?
Does the pub have any ghosts?
No, not that I know of.
I'll catch you later.
Perhaps.
Also, Morgan's meant to be 29 according to the newspaper article. I'm 29, and she is definitely had her life has not been kind to her, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to look at the poster there because there's another missing cat poster, but okay, now I don't just knock on the door.
I would go through to the back room and have a look and see.
Still feels like I shouldn't be back here.
Honestly, that's the pub room, but
I don't know, I see, I thought this was like going back to the kitchen or something.
no,
Gotcha.
you can't be in here. You can't be in here. This is the war room.
I think I'll pass on a local delicacy.
Glad
It's all good, Kenji. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go shortly though, because I need to cook dinner and such.
Yeah.
But I was like thinking of when I can do this again, possibly.
I'm waiting for a third possibly. You're building tension.
Possibly. I'm trying to think when I'm working a 12-hour shift Monday. Tuesday I'm working. Wednesday I'm off. I'm going to drama. Thursday I'm working till 8:30. Possibly Friday?
Yeah, I took a screenshot when you sent me. You said you're off Friday.
I think you could probably leave. I was just having a look and seeing if there was anything changed back here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, shall we aim for Friday then?
Yeah, if not, I'll let you know, because could be that I could do this on, like, because it's easier for me to do it during the day for streaming, like, a game.
Yeah.
So, like, probably, like, it would have to be maybe, it wouldn't be able to be next Saturday, but the Saturday after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so it's either one of those.
Yeah, we should. Hopefully, you can join us for streaming the usual stuff this week.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
Cool. But I'm glad that we were able to do this and that you want to keep going with it.
Yeah, it'd be good fun. So as I say, if you do leave just now, and see if, because Bob should be here.
Okay. Also, how do I save?
If you look at the top left corner.
Yeah, make your choice. Save your future.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
There you go.
What's that?
There you go.
Bob's not in the pub, though.
Or you might leave the pub and see what happens. Did you talk to Bob completely?
Yeah.
I'll go back to the cottage.
Okay.
What's this?
It's called an envelope, Nigel. Hi, Neville. I think it was Neville, wasn't it? Anyway, let's start again. I'm around town today at the end of the quay by Harbor Cottage. Let's chat. Lucy Rubens. He just leaves it there.
Yeah, he's just like, someone else can read it. Someone's called, this is not for me, this is addressed to Neville.
You check your notes, find out who Neville is.
Yeah. She's
Good
gonna
morning.
skateboard!
Oh, good morning. Where did you spring from?
Right here. I'm staying in the cottage.
Harbour Cottage?
She's gonna do a sick flip.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Grind on
You tell
the
me. Everything
on the railing
okay
here
in there, is
that
it?
has multiple
Well,
posts
it's got
sticking
no
up.
power, refrigerator, TV, hi-fi.
That's not what I meant. That place has a reputation. A bad one.
You didn't strike me as the superstitious kind, Miss Rubens.
Oh, look, forget last night. I was tired and cold. Call me Lucy.
Bob's went to get cigarettes.
What's the deal?
I think
Harbour
Bob's
Cottage?
meant to come to
I'm
the,
not sure.
to
I've
the
always been told
pub
to
a
stay
bit
away.
later.
Haunted,
Okay.
perhaps?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to remember stuff.
Please don't tell me you're a believer.
Oh,
In
who's
ghosts?
that over there?
Well, I've seen a few things. You know, unexplainable.
Unexplainable. Yes. That's one word for it.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Yes. It's just that place. I had
What's
that-
the deal with Harbour Cottage?
Want to talk about it?
No, it was silly stuff. Childhood fears, insecurities, monsters.
It's freezing out here. Can't you feel it?
Bad night? Late night? Too much local ale?
Bad dreams. A vision of a room.
That place will do your head in. You need to get out and about.
It's
Any
walking by
suggestions?
again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Saxton's the tourist capital of the universe.
Seriously, is that a
Yeah,
ghost
might
or
clear
is it
your head.
just like
Or you could try
a
the
graphical
caverns.
thing?
Caverns?
Yeah, just head towards the back of the beach. Watch out for Hardacre, though. I saw him heading that way. With his treasure hunting stuff. Sorry, I mean, archaeology equipment.
I was just reading your messages and Team Gemma is like Gemma and I.
Oh. But seriously, is that guy walking by repeatedly, is he meant to be a ghost or is it just like a graphics thing?
I think it's a graphics thing.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that, I was just like...
Okay, it's just like same person walking past.
Oh yeah, you saw the handwriting analysis.
Yes.
What do you know of the townspeople?
Not a lot, but I'll help if I can.
Professor Hardacre's a strange one.
I know. Every year he turns up, looking for treasure. Always digging, always hunting. Sad, really.
Why sad?
He has nothing else to do, and no one else. He's devoted to his quest.
The old woman with the dog.
Nanny Noah? Oh, she's a sweet old thing.
I met her last night by the water's edge. She seemed...
Distant? Yes, she gets like that. There's a tragedy in that woman's past. The signs are there.
She seems very lonely.
Yes,
It's
there was
Nigel in
something
any
between
position
her
to
and
call
Bob
something
Corney,
strange.
but, well, it's all
It's his
calm reading,
inflections
herbal
that
teas,
get me.
and
It's
magic
so
with her.
funny.
Oh,
You put the inflection on the wrong
no
words.
age, is she?
You put the
Well,
emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yes.
What about the pub landlady?
Morgan?
A bit new age, is
Horse
she?
she is, just as tricky.
You don't on?
I don't go for all that
Bully
new
at
age
school.
drippiness.
Once a bully, always a bully.
Is that your professional analysis?
Ha! I've got better minds to
So
study than
Mankle
Morgan
is a
Mankles.
bully. Let's go fuck her up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Let's talk about something else. Okay, what do you want to know? You, me, my place. When's that happening?
You must live nearby.
That's right, we live by the harbour.
We?
Me, Mum, Dad. You know, the usual.
It's like you must live nearby.
So you all organised the fair?
You'd hope, but Mum likes long afternoons with the gin pool, whereas Dad prefers to flirt with
Oh,
horses.
I didn't realise that you swung that way,
The
Lucy.
fair does happen in this town, so it's not all
Dad
bad.
flirts with the horses at the track. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like that.
Catch you later.
Without doubt, my friend.
Oh, she called him friend.
It's cause those goddamn circus people, that's what... Alright, I am gonna have to head off.
I was about to say, shall we call it there?
Yeah. But, next on Lost Crown, like it's a television show, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you. No, everyone, that was, that's what's going to happen on the next stream. Gemma's about to sneeze.
Saxton Caverns.
Yes. Yeah, next stream we just come on for 1 minute, you sneeze a couple of times and we end it.
Yeah.
Alright, so thanks everyone for joining us. I'll be back in about an hour with Kenzie to play Sleepy Nicole. Gemma, I hope you had fun. I certainly did. Gemma?
Sorry, I was just... yes, it was nice to see you all.
So you had fun then?
I did.
What are you laughing about?
Sorry, just the fact that I was just like completely vacant and I was listening to you on the stream.
You're on the stream, Gemma!
I was like, internally.
Oh, so it's like me, like when you're telling me something, I'm nodding along, forgetting that you can't see me.
Yes.
Oh god, I'm so sorry, I've infected you.
Gemma, don't you see it? Stop working.
So we'll see you next time, guys. Same ghost time, same ghost channel.
Bye.